Good morning, I'm Samriddhi K.C. and these are the headlines of the hour. Glacier Lake outburst causes flooding and landslide at Tilgaon, Humla. 18 families displaced. Risk continues. CIA files corruption case against former Finance Minister of Madhya Province and 7 others, accuses of embezzling millions in the name of constructing a fish pond. Israel's attack on Gaza kills 67 and injures 361 in the last 24 hours. Israel announces it will allow basic amount of food to enter Gaza to prevent starvation. And Gujarat Titans seal their place in the Indian Premier League playoffs with a 10-wicket victory over Delhi Capitals. Delhi's journey gets tougher with the defeat. A Glacier Lake outburst flood has occurred in Tilgaon of Humla district. According to the ward member of Namkharula Municipality 6, Temba Tundup Lama, a team from the Hilsa Border Police Post, which reached the site for rescue operations after the incident, discovered the breached Glacier Lake. On Thursday night, an unexpected flash flood occurred in Sekhanglugwad River, which flows between Tilgaon and Kanjumgumba in Namkharula Municipality 6, even without any rainfall. Immediately after the flood, 32 people from 18 affected households were moved to safely during the night. They are currently still living in tents, including 21 women, 9 men and 2 children. Terrified by the sudden flash flood without any rain, the locals searched for the cause and discovered the breached Glacier Lake when they went upstream. The landslide carrying mud swept away 5 wooden bridges on the Tilchung River. The house of the local Che Buti Lama has developed cracks, while the roof of Sonam Sangu Lama's house has been damaged by the landslide. A 15-kilowatt capacity hydropower plant and an irrigation canal that used to irrigate approximately 400 rupees of land have also been washed away. The Chief District Officer of Humla, Narayan Pandey, stated that details of the damage caused by the landslide are being collected. The 3-day dialogue Sagarmatha Samvad concluded yesterday with the release of 25-point Sagarmatha call for action. Although a declaration was initially promised, it ultimately took the form of a commitment letter urging all countries to work together. The dialogue saw extensive discussions on addressing climate-related impacts and risks, with Nepal also taking the opportunity to bring its climate concerns to the global stage. However, questions remain about how the international community will respond to the commitment letter.
Nepal has been actively voicing concern over the rapidly accelerating melting of the Himalayas. The Sagarmatha Samvad has highlighted Nepal's advocacy for linking the Himalayas with global ocean health. At the same time, Nepal has urged the international community to prioritize the protection of snow, forests, wildlife and biodiversity, stressing the need to ensure long-term benefits from these natural resources. Additionally, Nepal has called for the establishment of a dedicated fund for the conservation of mountain regions, a proposal which was also echoed by the president of COP29.
पर्वतीय क्षेत्र संरक्षणको लागि विशेष किसिमको कोष स्थापना गरौँ भन्ने कुरो आएको छ। तपाईले आबुधाबीको यो विदेश मन्त्रीले भनेको कुराहरू सुन्नुस्, अथवा भारतको मन्त्रीले भनेको कुरा सुन्नुस्, अथवा COP29 को प्रेसिडेन्टले भनेको कुरा सुन्नुभयो भने यो क्षेत्रलाई, पर्वतीय क्षेत्रलाई एउटा विशेष कार्यक्रमका साथ जानुपर्छ भन्ने कुरामा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय रूपमा पनि आएको छ।
While the government has released a 25-point declaration, questions have been raised about how it will be received globally. Experts emphasize that Nepal must continue to highlight these issues in international forums and ensure they remain a priority on the global agenda.
नेपालले यो कागज बोकेर विभिन्न राष्ट्रिय अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय मञ्चमा जान सक्छ र यो एउटा मेरो मात्र हैन है, यो संसारका विभिन्न कन्टिनेन्टका निजी क्षेत्र, नागरिक समाज, थिंक टैंक, एकेडेमिया र विभिन्न सरकारका प्रतिनिधि एक्सपर्टहरूको बीचमा भएको छलफल अन्तर्क्रियाबाट आएको आउटकम डकुमेन्ट हो र इट हैज लेजिटिमेसी एन्ड प्लिज लिसन वाट वी हेभ टु से भनेर भन्न सक्नुपर्छ।
यो डिक्लेरेसन चाहिँ अब सबै चाहिँ पार्टिसिपेट गर्ने देशहरूको चाहिँ जो अब सरकारबाट चाहिँ प्रतिनिधि गरेर आउनु भएको छ उहाँहरूको सबैको साझा धारणा भएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ अझै त्यसमा अलिकति चाहिँ अब मध्यमार्गी जस्तो देखिन्छ होइन। तथापि तर हामीले उठाउनु पर्ने कुराहरू जस्तो जलवायु परिवर्तनले पारेका समस्या समाधान गर्नको लागि चाहिँ अब जुन रूपमा हामीलाई रिसोर्स चाहिन्छ त्यो रिसोर्स जो गर्नको लागि चाहिँ यो चाहिँ घोषणापत्रले चाहिँ अलिकति आह्वान गरेको छ।
कम्युनिटीबाट पनि केही रिप्रेजेन्टेटिभहरू चाहिँ हुनुहुन्थ्यो र यो विषयमा चाहिँ निकै नै राम्रो छलफल पनि भयो र डिक्लेरेसनमा पनि हाम्रो यी समुदायहरूबाट चाहिँ पार्टिसिपेसन चाहिँ अझै फोस्टर गरिन पर्छ है भन्ने कुराहरू चाहिँ आएको छ। तर यी कुराहरू हुँदाहुँदै पनि यदि हामी यो जलवायु परिवर्तनको जुन इम्प्याक्टको कुरा गर्छौँ जो उहाँहरूले भोगिरहनु भएका समस्याहरू छन् यो समस्याहरूलाई चाहिँ अझै पनि धेरै ठाउँमा सम्बोधन हुन एकदमै धेरै इम्पोर्टेन्ट छ।
However, the Ministry of Forest and Environment has insisted that there will be no delay in its implementation as the climate-related impacts that Nepal is facing and the world has come together in a common effort to prevent them.
कसरी माउन्टेनलाई ओसनसँग जोडेर यो इन्टरकनेक्टिभिटी अथवा अन्तर सम्बन्ध कसरी देखाउन सकिन्छ भन्ने विषयमै छलफलहरू भएका थिए र यसलाई चाहिँ हामीले बुदागत रूपमै त्यहाँ समेटेका छौँ र आगामी दिनमा यसैलाई आधार मानेर अगाडि बढ्ने भन्ने चाहिँ हाम्रो कल फर द एक्सनमा रहेको छ।
Although the Sagarmatha Sambad, which is an ambitious program of the government, was successfully completed, there are challenges in implementing its decisions. The failure of any head of state to attend the event and the absence of guests from neighboring India and China as expected have raised doubts as to whether the Sagarmatha Sambad will be a dialogue only for Nepal. Sanjay Luitel on the camera, a report by Bikas Acharya.
The Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority CIAA has filed a corruption case against 8 individuals including former Finance Minister of Madhya Province Bijay Kumar. The CIAA has named the then Finance Minister of Madhya Province, Mayor of Bagmati Municipality Bharat Kumar Thapa, the then Deputy Mayor of Bagmati Municipality Leela Kumari Mokhtan and 5 others as defendants in the case filed at the Special Court. The investigation revealed that the then Provincial Finance Minister Bijay Kumar unilaterally granted a subsidy of 300 million Nepali rupees to Bagmati Municipality for the construction of a fish pond in Bharattal located in Sarlahi without obtaining a decision from the Council of Ministers.
नगरपालिकाका प्रमुख भरत कुमार थापा, उपप्रमुख लीला कुमारी मोक्तान, तत्कालीन प्रमुख प्रशासकीय अधिकृत विमल कुमार पोखरेल, तत्कालीन योजना प्रमुख निरञ्जन लामिछाने, तत्कालीन योजना प्रमुख सागर पौडेल, तत्कालीन लेखा अधिकृत विश्वराज पोखरेल तथा मध्य प्रदेश सरकारका तत्कालीन अर्थमन्त्री विजय कुमार, मध्य सरकार अर्थ मन्त्रालयका तत्कालीन कानुन अधिकृत गोकुल भुजेल लगायत 8 जनाका विरुद्ध 8 जनालाई प्रतिवादी बनाएर आज अख्तियार दुरुपयोग अनुसन्धान आयोगले यस अदालतमा मुद्दा दायर गरेको हो। यसमा कुल बिगो 56 करोड 71 लाख 7,292 रुपैयाँ कायम गरेको छ।
The writ petition mentions that the provincial government provided 470 million Nepali rupees to Bagmati municipality for the construction of the fish pond without conducting any feasibility study. It is stated that while 170 million was approved by the Council of Ministers, 300 million was decided solely by the Finance Minister. Despite receiving repeated grants for the construction of the fish pond at the site, fish farming has not been carried out. The CIAA has claimed 299.986 million Nepali rupees from former Minister Bijay Kumar and 567.1 million Nepali rupees each from the suspended Mayor of Bagmati Municipality Bharat Kumar Thapa and the suspended Deputy Mayor of the municipality Leela Kumari Mokhtan. Mayor Thapa of Bagmati Municipality had received a total grant of 560 million Nepali rupees from the local level, provincial government and federal government for fish pond farming without conducting any feasibility study. After the misappropriation of the funds was confirmed, the Commission has also filed another case against Mayor Bharat Kumar Thapa in connection with the corruption in construction of Bharattal in Madhya Province. Now, the government's decision to change the leadership of the Nepal Electricity Authority NEA following recurring power outages has drawn criticism in the parliament. In response to lawmakers' inquiry about a possible return of load shedding, the NEA stated that despite adequate power supply, distribution line issues have hindered effective delivery. The frequent outages have disrupted both public life and industrial operations.
With the rise in summer temperatures, both the public and lawmakers have begun questioning the current leadership of the Nepal Electricity Authority. Following the replacement of Kulman Ghising with Hitendra Dev Shakya, many believe power outages have worsened. During Sunday's House of Representatives session, some lawmakers attributed the current situation to Ghising's removal, while others voiced concerns over a potential return of load shedding.
शिक्षा समितिको बैठक बसियो गरे टुकी बाल्दै छोराछोरीले फेरि पढ्न सुरु गरे भनेर फेरि आज विज्ञापन बन्दै छ। आज त्यही विज्ञापन हिजो बनेको चाहिँ एउटा अन्धकारमा हटाएको सरकार आज यी यस्ता असल कर्मचारीहरूमाथि जुन प्रहार गरियो यसले एउटा पार्टीको कारणले यो गलत हो। त्यसो भएको हुनाले म सभामुखज्यू मार्फत हामीले फेरि जेनेरेटर किन्नुपर्ने इन्भर्टर राख्नुपर्ने मोमबत्ती साँच्नुपर्ने स्थिति बनेको हो।
Amid repeated power outages, the Nepal Electricity Authority has sought to reassure the public that the issue is not load shedding but stems from distribution system faults. Recent disruptions have been attributed to storm damage and a malfunction last Thursday in the Dhalke Bazar, Muzaffarpur transmission line which supplies electricity from India.
ढल्केबाट मुजफ्फरपुरको एउटा तार पनि त्यस्तै गरेर धेरै हावाहुरीले एक तारले अर्को तारलाई छोयो हैन। यस्ता घटनाहरू साधारणतया हुँदैन। अब यो समस्या चाहिँ यस्तो बेलामा मैले गर्दाखेरि हुने अर्कोले गर्दा नहुने भन्ने कुरा हुँदैन।
Shakya stated that the transfer of certain employee following Ghising's departure has had no impact. He also replaced the head of the load dispatch center. Frequent power outages have affected not only the general public but also industrialists.
उद्योगहरुमा एक हिसाबले आजको दिनमा पनि 8 घण्टादेखि 12 घण्टासम्म फर्मल इन्फर्मली रूपमा जुन घोषित अघोषित जे भने पनि लोड शेडिङ छँदै छ सुखायाममा। टिपिङको कारणले गर्दा उद्योगको जुन सञ्चालन दैनिक सञ्चालनमा यो लस अथवा एफिसिएन्सीमा ह्रास आउनु, यो नियमित प्रोसेसमा डिस्टर्बेन्स हुनु, मिसिनका पार्ट पुर्जा बिग्रिनु।
Power outages have not increased compared to last year as per the NEA's data. There were 66 incidents in the previous fiscal year, while 50 have occurred as of May 16 this year. Current peak electricity demand stands at 2,150 megawatt, with domestic generation at 1,700 megawatt. Despite importing 55 megawatt from India, the shortfall has led to a reduction of approximately 400 megawatt in industrial supply.
It is time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse, brought to you by...
The question is, what might explain the frequent power interruptions despite Nepal Electricity Authority claiming it is not load shedding? Option A, technical malfunction. Option B, an issue seen under new leadership. And option C, overstated public claims. Option D, no idea. The voting is on. Visit www.kantipurtv.com or www.ekantipur.com to share your opinion with us. Welcome back. A discord between ruling parties CP and UML and Nepali Congress has been evident since the beginning of the coalition, and it has further intensified with the governor appointment issue. Dissatisfaction has been repeatedly seen with the coalition regarding the government's inability to gain momentum as expected and its failure to focus on the main issues agreed upon during the government formation.
The statement by Prime Minister K.P. Sharma Oli, who is also the chair of CP and UML, that it is impossible to work without a majority of CP and UML, has raised question if he is facing difficulties in working even with a strong coalition of the current time. Considering the criticisms from Nepali Congress officials towards the Oli-led government and the discussions in the parliamentary party on Saturday, experts claim there are some disputes within ruling coalition itself. There are serious questions within Nepali Congress regarding the Prime Minister's style of governance. But as Nepali Congress President Sher Bahadur Deua has maintained silence, the issue has not found any resolution. Leaders of Nepali Congress say that attention has not been paid to the implementation of the agreements made during the government formation, including constitutional amendment, maintaining good governance, and addressing public grievances. Nepali Congress has also been expressing suspicion about UML's role in issues such as the appointment of the governor of Nepal Rashtra Bank. Senior Congress leaders, who are in high-level political mechanism formed to make the government successful, are expressing dissatisfaction and not participating in meetings. As a result, some leaders have started commenting that if the government does not change its course, alternatives should be considered.
जुन स्पिडमा हिँड्नु पर्यो त्यो स्पिडमा हिँडेन भन्ने कुरोमा हाम्रो आपत्ति हो र अझ स्पिड अब गियर अप गर्न सकिन्छ भने अझै समय छ गियर अप गरौँ भनेर सरकारलाई चाहिँ हामीले अलिकति जोड बल गरेको हो अब सरकारले गियर अप गर्न सकेन भने त विकल्पहरू धेरै पनि हुन सक्छन् तर सकेसम्म गियर अप गरोस् सरकार सचियोस् किनभने यो शक्तिशाली यो यसले सन्देश पनि अलि नेगेटिभ सन्देश जान्छ दुईटा ठुला पार्टी मिलेर पनि चलाउन नसक्दाखेरि सन्देश पनि नकारात्मक जाने हुनाले यो सन्देशलाई सकारात्मक तर्फ उन्मुख गराउन पनि अलिकति गियर अप गर्नुपर्छ भनेर सरकारलाई सचेत गराएको.
The government of the two major parties formed with ambitious goals faced a rift from Nepal Police IGP appointment issue. However, Nepali Congress President Dewa is trying to contain the dissatisfaction towards the government. Prime Minister Oli's statement after 14 months, which sounded positive but had a sarcastic undertone about handing over the post of Prime Minister to Dewa on a platter, has created a new controversy. Leaders close to Dewa claim that although different perspectives on viewing the government are emerging within the party, it will not affect the coalition at present.
बाहिर जुन हल्ला देखेको छ त्यो हल्लालाई चाहिँ यो हल्ला मात्रै हो भन्ने हुँदा चाहिँ प्राइम मिनिस्टर आफै हुनुहुन्छ हैन नेतृत्व गरेको नेकपा एमालेको अध्यक्ष नै हो उहाँ भने हाम्रो उपसभापति लगायत हाम्रो नेताहरू पनि त्यहाँ हुनुहुन्छ भनेपछि यो हल्ला होइन हाम्रो बीचमा यस्तो कुनै पनि छैन भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ क्लियर गर्नुपर्छ यसले चाहिँ जनतामा पनि अन्योलता आएको छ.
Within Nepali Congress, there is opposition regarding Kulman Khising's removal and the Prime Minister's unnecessary control over ministers not paying attention to service delivery, even while amending laws through ordinances amid protests and not paying attention to addressing public grievances.
सरकार हाम्रो छ कांग्रेस र एमालेले मिलेर सरकार बनाएको छ त सरकारमा जुन सरकार जसरी चलेको अनुभूति गर्न सकिरहेको छैन. म आदरणीय नेताहरूलाई फेरि एकपल्ट आग्रह गर्न चाहन्छु अब बेर भइसक्यो धेरै अबेला हुन्छ एकपल्ट शीर्षस्थ नेताहरूले टाउको जोड्नुस् अब मुलुकले एउटा राष्ट्रिय सहमति निर्माण गर्नुपर्ने आवश्यकता म देख्छु.
CPN-UML, aware of all these disputes, is confident that the coalition will not be immediately affected due to silence of NC President Dewa.
सत्ता सञ्चालनको प्रक्रियामा वा सरकारको यात्राका विषयमा कुनै अन्तर्विरोध काहीँ कतै त्यस्तो द्वन्द्व वा विवाद र आगामी यात्रै अगाडि बढ्न गाह्रो पो पर्न खोजेको हो कि भनेर संशय निर्माण गर्ने स्थिति बनेको काहीँ कतै छैन. फेरि पनि भन्न चाहन्छु संस्थागत निर्णयबाट यो सरकार बन्यो त्यही ढङ्गबाट हामी अगाडि बढिरहेका छौँ. एकाध व्यक्तिगत रूपमा कोही सांसदले कोही नेताले दल विशेषका कोही नेताले के बोल्नुहुन्छ उहाँहरूको निजी मामिला हो. जबसम्म संस्थागत निर्णय सम्बन्धित दलहरूको रहिरहन्छ कायम रहिरहन्छ भइरहन्छ यसमा कुनै त्यस्तो समस्या हुँदैन भन्ने हिसाबले नै बुझ्नुपर्छ.
In terms of numbers, as long as there is consensus between the top two leaders in the current strong government or until mistrust arises, there will be no problem, as analysts say. However, the daily squabbles and increasing suspicion on different issues are continuously affecting the government's operation and delivery.
And in this context, in our Public Voice segment, we have asked in several provinces, why do you think Nepali Congress and UML are trading barbs despite being allies? Let's take a look at what they had to say.
यी पार्टीहरुमा चाहिँ विभिन्न गुट उपगुट छन् यसैको प्रभाव हो.
यिनीहरुको सिद्धान्त एउटा चाहिँ सत्ता र सिटको लागि चाहिँ बसेका छन्.
सबै कुरा सिधो पार गरेर मान्न पर्दा पनि केही न केही अहिलेको पुस्ताले चाहिँ सकेसम्म चाहिँ आफ्नो तर्क चाहिँ राख्न नराम्रो हुँदैन त्यही भइरहेको.
एकले अर्कालाई विश्वास नगरेको अवस्था पनि हो र पार्टीभित्रको एउटा मेच्युरिटी नभएको पनि हो.
दुईवटा दल चाहिँ बराबर भएको हिसाबले पनि हुन सक्छ किनकि त्यो भन्दा म चाहिँ कम छैन है भन्ने कुराहरू पनि हुन सक्छ।
एकले अर्कालाई घोच्यो भने अनि आफू चाहिँ राम्रो हुन खोजेको।
मन्त्रीहरू काम बाँडेको काममा पनि हस्तक्षेप प्रधानमन्त्रीले गरेपछि त्यसै कारणले गर्दा चाहिँ मनमुटाउ भएको हो।
राम्रो शासन दिन भन्दा पनि उनीहरूको आफ्नो स्वार्थपूर्ति गर्नु थियो।
दुवै पार्टीको आफ्नो स्वार्थले गर्दा यो गठबन्धनमा अलिकति तगार आएको देखिन्छ, भागभण्डामा नमिलेको हुन सक्छ।
मेजर पोलिटिकल पार्टी भएको कारणले पोलिटिकल इन्ट्रेस्टमा कन्फ्लिक्ट भइरहेछ।
That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.